organic content is like having a noose on a donkey's neck and dragging him to the water to try and drink from it. Whereas paid marketing or paid content is just having a cane and lashing that donkey with it to go to the water. That's my hook right there. Let's throw it out there.
I'd say it was a bit long, to be honest.
Yeah, because the type of content you're posting is shit. Like, people are not...
You're yapping a little bit, but no.
I feel like you're calling me out. We're going to have a discussion about that later.
What? How did I call you out, bro?
In my opinion.
Well, you are wrong, Cole. I have 3 things to say. First of all, I still don't understand why you say algorithm instead of algorithm. It's just insanely genuine. The edits are but in a good way. Where I am a little bit mad you gave that out, to be honest. But I'm going to feel better when I beat you in sparring when we eventually meet up. So it's all good.
Okay.
I know you're about to talk like you're about to beat my ass, which is objectively false. But anyways.
Hey. Okay. Now that's a very interesting thing with that saturation part. That's a different topic for a different day with that saturation part.
No, but we can talk about it, bro.
Yeah. What up, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, and this time we are here to stay and keep delivering. I have always had this question come up every single time. They're like, Kofi, what is more important, man? Like organic marketing or paid marketing? You know, like what exactly drives people? Some people are like, hey, I want to use organic marketing because I look down on paid marketing because, I mean, look at the great companies, like Tesla, companies like Tesla and stuff never do paid marketing, but they sold a lot. Some other people are like, you know what, look, I'd rather, save my time and invest money so that I can actually get more sales or more results or more conversions and all of that too when it comes to marketing. And I'm one of those people too. So today, ladies and gentlemen, what I have is I have brought in one of the toppest G's that I know, a very good brother of mine from Sweden, and also my colleague that I also work with day in and day out, who has honestly changed my life as well too since I started working with him, Liam Larsson. Liam, what's up, brother? How you doing, my guy?
What is going on, bro? I appreciate that introduction, man. I think you painted the picture of who I am very well there. So I appreciate that a lot, bro. I thought you said pig marketing at the start as well. That's why I started laughing. It sounded it sounded weird, bro. But yeah, man. I'm doing
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, no, paid marketing. Yeah, for sure. And bro, I mean, I've introduced a little bit about you and everything as well too. We know that today we're just talking about the organic versus paid marketing, honestly. And guys, I just want you guys to know this is not planned at all. This is just a very healthy conversation between Liam and I, because Liam leans towards the organic marketing a lot more, whereas I lean towards the paid marketing. Liam, what is organic marketing to you, and why do you lean towards that more? What does your agency do, and why do you guys leverage organic marketing more?
All right, so organic marketing is basically marketing in itself is a pretty broad term, but the essence of marketing is basically putting yourself out there and putting your brand out there, right? So organic content or organic marketing is just doing that and achieving that without necessarily paying anything. So that would be organic content like, Instagram Reels or YouTube videos, like this one as an example, or anything that isn't paid advertising is technically organic marketing or organic content.
Okay, cool. And I mean, paid marketing, what would you say paid marketing is for you?
I mean, according to me and according to a lot of other people as well, paid marketing is a more predictable way, per se, I'd say. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Anyways, it's a more predictable way of basically putting yourself out there, and it's a more predictable way of marketing. And paid, I have absolutely nothing against paid marketing or paid advertising at all. I think it's a great way of putting yourself out there. But the main issue with paid marketing is that it doesn't compound like content does, right? You can spend 1 month creating content, and even if you don't ever create another piece of content ever again, you're still going to have 30 short form videos just laying on your profile, still generating leads for you, even if the algorithm have kind of put them down. Like if people search you up and they see a bunch of videos, that's also social proof. You're going to look more credible and valuable as a person. So I think the number one reason why content is better in this situation than paid advertising is because it doesn't disappear when you turn the ad spend off. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Valid. Now you got me. And guys, by the way, this is not like a regular, like, podcast video and all where I'm just asking Liam questions. This is actually a case where we're gonna have like a healthy debate as well too. He's already started throwing punches at me because I'm more of like the paid marketing guy versus the organic marketing. He has definitely given a good point there, but I would not get into that yet. I will definitely get into that soon because I also got some punches to throw as well. So I guess for me to organic marketing is great. Organic marketing is amazing, right? To be honest, it's definitely something you can leverage, and as she said, it's there over time in which it can like non-endlessly like get in leads and stuff like that as well too, or just hit your target demographic to take on the desired conversion you're looking for, right? But for me, I'm more about saving time when it comes to marketing. I like, and you know this too, like what's it called? With the company, like what we work with my company, what we do is that we always look at giving back our partners and power partners time and money. That's the thing, right? But organic marketing, I mean, that's unless you're in a very niche specific situation or you have a very unique thing that you are selling in which you are, if not the only one of the very few people that only have that solution to the problem. Organic marketing is a very, very lengthy and tiring thing to do because you always have to constantly keep, like uploading, recording content and all of that, which takes up a lot of time. So I mean, I don't know your thoughts about that. Like, that's why me personally, I always lean towards paid marketing. Organic marketing is great, but shoot, that's why honestly, part of that reason is that you go to my organic channels and you won't find much about me.
Yeah.
It's just because of that.
Yeah, I get your point entirely, and you're completely right. Like, if you're looking for just consistent, predictable results, then paid marketing is 100% better. Like, organic, it's absolutely not random if you're going to blow up on social media or not, but it's way harder to predict than, for example, paid, like Facebook ads as an example, or Instagram ads. So you're completely right, bro. But at the same time, I know you said, unless you're selling something very specific, you're going to have to continuously just, stay very consistent and spend a bunch of time recording and uploading videos and stuff.
Right.
And you are to a certain degree right, but being different or selling something different isn't really the only way of being different or putting yourself out there different. You can position yourself and your business in completely unique ways, even if you're selling the exact same thing to the exact same market. So I think positioning yourself differently and utilizing organic content can be, in some cases, even more powerful than paid marketing, because when you eventually take off and when the algorithm decides that, okay, this person is somebody that I like, I want to push this out to the majority of people, it's going to be so much more worth it because you're not going to have to even be spending that much time. It's going to just take off. And on top of that, you're not going to have to put any money into it because the video is just getting shown to everybody for free, basically. So
no, I get that. That's actually a really good point, bro. And I mean, so I guess the thing is that for me, and you're valid. Like, that's actually valid. For me, the thing is that even though that is the situation, right? Where is that like the way you position yourself could be different. There are a lot of things that you can do that is different within like a saturated niche. What we like to do as well too is that if the market zigs, we zag. We like to do the exact opposite of what the market is doing just to get that difference and leverage. But just from experience as well with that too, marketing is all about testing. Like that's the thing at the end of the day, right? It's all about testing. You have to keep testing, and then until you get that winning creative or that winning algorithmic factor or whatever it is for you to like actually really like skill up upon before you start testing other stuff. And the testing is like it's endless, right?
Yeah.
So with that being the case, here where you're positioning yourself to be different and all of that, why would I now waste my time to try and, well, I guess it's not a waste of time, it's an investment, but why would I spend more time to now shoot different creatives and content and stuff to test, because just because I'm trying to position myself one time doesn't mean I'm hitting that right target demographic. I may have the right idea, but the execution may be wrong. That's a lot of time and effort that goes into the content, because
Yep.
guess what? That means like your editing has to be top tier. The way you're shooting the content has to be top tier. Your dynamic positions and stuff has to be like different from everybody else, together with the high valued offer and the copywriting in there too has to be different from everybody else. You have to at least on average shoot at least 20 different types of hooks together with like bodies, body of content and everything put together for one specific video before you can hit it. Some people are lucky where they hit it on the first, second, or maybe the third, but normally you have to keep going for a while. Why would I do that, Liam, when I can just pump money into the different stuff and quickly know what is working and to keep going? You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. I'm like, bro, there's no way in hell I'll waste that
I see
much
you, bro.
time.
100%. And I like how this is getting the heat is rising, the temperature is
It's
rising
rising.
in the room right now. But yeah, you're completely right. And the thing with organic content is it's not like what I'm saying is not you should spend all of your time during the entire day just creating content and just editing videos. For some people, it doesn't make sense to create content. Like if you're just starting out, your budget isn't that high, creating content might be the end of you. If you have nothing to really say, then creating organic content is not going to be good for you at all. I think you should focus on the infrastructure of your business first. And again, I don't think paid advertising is bad at all in itself, but if you can crack organic content, then paid advertising pales in comparison. I think so, absolutely. So if you have the money to spend, or if you have the creativity to consistently create content, like for example, a guy that both of us know, Jonathan Chamberlain, like he's barely even editing his videos. I think he has captions in the videos. So he's posting like how many reels a day? Like 3 a day, bro. And he's blowing up. He's had videos with millions of views, if I'm not wrong, on like Instagram reels. Like if he had something to sell, because I know he's selling solar, but if he actually had a product to sell, he would be booming right now, bro. And that's just because of consistency and trying different things out, like you said. And the thing with content that's so beautiful as well is that it doesn't necessarily take money to try different things out. Like I could spend a month trying out 30 different things, one new thing every single day, and it wouldn't have to cost me anything else but time. So that's the thing with content too. Like, and eventually when you crack it, you're gonna have a fan base that wants to pay you for whatever you're doing, your service or your product, and I think it's going to be infinitely more valuable than just putting out ads, you know.
No, look, valid point. And I could keep on debating on this part as well too for a while. And it just like in which you brought out like a good example of a successful organic marketing campaign with Jonathan Chamberlain. Shout out to you, my G. What's it called? I would say, like, for example, because I'm a huge like Alex Hormozi. I wouldn't say fan, because I'm not a fan. I'm traditionally not a fan, but I mean, I'm not a fan of anybody. That's just not built in me. But I'm a person where I seek knowledge and thirst off of knowledge in order for myself to grow. So I'm a big advocate for Hormozi's like knowledge drops. His thought leadership is something else, right? And Hormozi spoke of this dietitian who he met, right? And this woman has 5,000 followers on her Instagram, right? And she's cracked the code in the dietitian space where you provide insurance for something. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know the specifics and all of that. But it's so niche specific. She's doing north of $3 million a year from 5,000 followers. And she's barely getting any engagement or anything of that sort, right? And he was saying that it was blowing his mind. And for me too, it blows my mind. Like, Liam, like, how in the hell are you going to make $3 million from 5,000 followers? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I totally get it. Like when you crack that code and stuff with organic marketing, and you dial it in, it can really bring in like wonders and stuff like that for sure, right?
Yep.
But I mean, again, that for me as well too. That is her to a very unique demographic doing something that nobody else is doing, right? So that's I'll take a little jab there. That's my little point right there. But I said that too. It's like a successful marketing campaign. Like I've had like several right now. The two that come to my mind right now is number one, my unicorn, Stan. You know, and you know Stan's story is like Stan, no clients, no social proof, nothing of that sort. In a very precarious situation, he comes to me, we work together, and off of $162 off of ad spend in 27 days, he gets $30,000 coming to his law firm.
Yep.
Just like that, from paid marketing, from clients all over the US. If it was organic marketing, there is no way that it's going to happen in 27 days. And here's the proof in the pudding too. He posted that on his organic channels.
Yep.
And he also posted that like within like WhatsApp groups and stuff like that and everything. The bulk of all the leads, 60 leads, came in from Facebook, in which he converted more than half of them. And they're still benefiting. And that was October 2023. They're still benefiting till this day from that pipeline with that law firm, right?
Yep.
So it's like, and that's just the first thing. Second thing as well too, with the company that I'm part owner of right now, Equilent, the renovation and restoration company in Sarasota, right? We like new market, no social proof, nothing of that sort. We just got in there. We started doing paid advertising. We've reached over 12,000 people, right? In which we've gotten like, I believe 40 leads and stuff and getting in like 10 deals so far in our first month doing that, right?
Yep.
Other platforms, if we try doing it organic and everything, it would not go that fast, right? So I guess for me, those are like examples in those situations in which I'm like, yeah, pay marketing all day. But I guess my question for you now is, would you recommend anybody to ever just jump into organic marketing just like that at any single point in time, like no matter what? Would you just recommend anybody to do it? How would you recommend somebody to even go about that? Because for me, I won't personally.
So, okay, what's the question? If I would recommend someone to go all out on organic content, or what do you mean?
Yeah. So would you ever, like, for example, let's say like maybe any business owner, like for example, let's say in this situation, a painting company, a painting contractor, a roofing contractor, whatever, right? Or even like in a marketing agency. Would you recommend them to just go all out on organic marketing right from the get-go when they start, given the fact that there's so much time that needs to be put in and also strategies you need to keep in place, anything which you're knowledgeable about more than money? What would you say to that? Because me, I wouldn't. I would say just do paid ads, be free, build your organic content over time.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you said build your organic content there as well, but I'd say it really depends on the business and the business owner. Like, how much time do you have? How new is the company? Are you just chasing, times and like appointments during the day? Then in that case, you should absolutely not start organic content. That's gonna blow your schedule up. That's gonna be shit, frankly. You should absolutely not do it in that case. But if you have the time and if you have something interesting to share with people, and if you know your community as an example, or even if you don't know your community, but if you are a business owner with a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Charisma to you. You can speak like you're animated. You don't sit and talk like this in every video, but you have charisma. You can like say things. You can show funny things. You can give jokes and stuff. I think if you are that type of person, you do have the time to record, a few videos a week, then absolutely you should start organic content. And the thing with organic too, it doesn't need to be like I said, it doesn't need to be that expensive at all. Like it can be completely free, if anything. Then obviously you can spend a small amount of money to automate the process and make it a lot quicker, but like it doesn't need to cost anything. And on top of this, you said something interesting. That girl with that Hormozy girl with 5,000 followers making what was it? How much?
Yeah, 5,000 followers making $3 million a year.
Yeah, $3 million a year. If you are a business or a marketing agency owner or any sort of business owner, then looking just at the numbers of who you're reaching doesn't really matter that much. But rather who you are reaching, like what demographic you are reaching. So I think even if you're creating content just starting out and you're getting like, let's say on the super low end, like 500 views per video, which is very bad, right? But even if you're just getting 500 views per video, that might be 500 like qualified business owners watching your video. So I think organic content it's a bit of a bet if you don't have someone very experienced helping you out, and even then it is a to a degree a bet, and you're kind of chancing. But at the same time, like the reward you can get, it doesn't make sense to not take the bet at that point. I'd say
no, that's a very valid point, and that's very interesting too. I mean, I do agree. I just rather prefer paid marketing. That's my thing. But I totally do agree with everything you said. Now I wanna like steer the conversation towards ROI. Okay. I want to steer it towards the cost considerations for organic marketing. I could speak on the cost considerations for paid marketing.
Yep.
The short term and long term benefits. What are the cost considerations people should have when it comes to organic marketing?
I think it really depends on what market you're in and what
Hmm,
type of way you want to position yourself, man.
hmm,
Because if you're looking to start creating like Iman, Godsy type videos, like
hmm,
the super well edited and well structured and well planned videos, then you are going to look at thousands of dollars per month just in production.
hmm,
So, that's going to be expensive. But at the same time, like said, content doesn't need to cost anything at all. So,
hmm,
that's the thing too. Like it's so open, the
hmm,
pricing. So I
hmm,
think what you're looking at spending, usually, like you can find an editor from the Philippines for $20 a video, a
hmm,
long form video, mind you,
hmm,
and you're gonna have relatively professional looking content for $20 a video, which most people
hmm.
can afford. So I mean, content is it's such a broad thing. It's hard to answer because there are so many different variations to the answer. But yeah, like you're not really usually looking at spending that much.
Okay, which is true. So then now in terms of like the cost considerations too, in terms of like money, how about time? What are the cost considerations of time to put into organic marketing, especially if you're doing organic marketing at the scale in which you guys help your clients do to make sure it works out for them? Like, what are
Yeah,
the cost considerations with time?
it depends on how automated you want the entire thing to be. If you want to save more money, then you're gonna have to spend more time, and if you want to save more time, you're gonna have to spend more money. That's just automatically how it works. For
Hmm,
example, with us, we have a guarantee for people that we think could benefit mostly from short form, where they just have to record between like 1 to 3 hours per week, and we have all the content for the entire week.
hmm,
So it doesn't have to take that much time, and through that process, we obviously guide them through the entire thing. We're on a meeting with them after recording and everything. Like it's insanely simple, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. And on top of that, even if it takes a couple hours, it doesn't have to be time that's like, oh, I need to record content. Like it's usually something that people find, oh shit, like it's content time, it's fun.
hmm.
So I think that's a thing to keep in mind as well. It doesn't need to take that much time, and the time that you actually do spend can also be spent doing something you eventually grow to love.
Yeah, no, 1,000%, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like I dreaded content and everything. I dreaded organic content. By the way, guys, like Liam, I would say he's a G. He's really great at what he does. Like I've worked with him for like what close to a year now, and
Mm,
we're probably gonna be working for life, to be honest, together
yeah.
because he's just really good at what he does and just the quality that he brings as well too. He has sped up the process in me making like content every single time, all the contents that I put together within my team for my company, and then also like all the content I put out there in paid ads. Maybe I don't know if it will be possible with this video, but maybe here we'll probably maybe like I'll show you or we will show you just a little bit of like what the video he did. The one that I like was the one with the village and stuff like that he did for me
Oh,
for the END. That was fire. You should see it right now. If not, no worries. You can't see it. It'll be mine. But anyways, so that's why I really love Liam's input into this, right? Because he brings like stuff when it comes to cost considerations with organic marketing that I never would. So oftentimes, and he knows this every single time we go through this, he's often told me what I can do to like really minimize the time that I'm shooting and how I can get the effective best video ever. And then every single time I'm done recording, he calls me. He's like, "Bro, what the hell did you just do?"
every single time, bro.
Every time I'm like, "Oh shit."
Shit, man.
Yeah, so definitely love him with that. But aside that, let's move on. So for me, the cost considerations as well too when it comes to paid marketing. Um, honestly, it's just money. It's a lot of money. That's the thing. It's a lot of money, but then now you can also slash that lots of money a little bit by having really really great content to be put out there. So which is why I work hand in hand with Liam with in this situation where we work with our partners and where we work with our power partners as well, and even for ourselves too. So every single video that we've always put out there with Liam and his company, what we've done is we've always made sure the content feels like content. It doesn't feel like it's being salesy or it just wants you to perform
Mhm.
something. It actually just feels more fun and people have a great time, in which we've been seeing like a lots of engagement coming through. So that way we're actually maximizing our dollars a lot more. So doesn't mean you don't spend as much. You still do, but then in this situation, it definitely does lessen it a little bit and thrives off of the organic part of things with engagement, especially on like, Meta and TikTok and all those things. Because what happens is when these platforms see that like your stuff is doing really well, it just further pushes it more, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe you can gamify it a little bit here or two, but I'm not going to speak like about that on this conversation. But
Mhm.
just there, so it's like, I mean, I guess I will give Liam that with organic marketing, because engagements wise, if you have like really great creatives, engagements wise, you're like, whilst you're doing the paid marketing, the platforms will just want to push it more because they see that people are engaging with it more. I want to go towards future and predictions, like future trends and predictions for it.
Okay.
What would you say are the predictions for the future of organic marketing? And now I want you to keep this in mind too, right? We're in a day and age now where there's so many content creators.
Mm.
There are so many people every day coming up just putting up content. TikTok is just like blown that up out of proportion. A
Yeah.
lot of people coming through where there's a viable like future, and there's also a viable career path in content creation specifically
Yeah.
with brand deals, yada yada, all that type of stuff. What would you say your predictions are in terms of the future trends over there with organic marketing when it comes to those type of situations specifically versus paid marketing?
So, yeah, I mean, the last like 20 years or even less than that, we have seen a insane increase in organic marketing versus paid marketing. I mean, organic has taken over so much more than paid. I mean, back in the day, paid was the only thing. You didn't
Mm,
really have organic marketing to that degree. Like you couldn't just
mm,
shove a newspaper up someone's face and be like, "Look what I wrote here." Like you needed to pay to get on TV and stuff. But like nowadays, when a random video that a 14-year-old posted gets like 14 million views, and there's
mm,
a business with a lot of money in funding that can't get 14 million views in their paid campaigns, and they can't even get a quarter of the results that 14-year-old kid got. I think it really shows that it's taken a huge turn, and I think it's just going to continue going towards organic growing. But the thing too is, the more organic content grows, the more paid advertising also grows in turn. It's
mm,
just that it's social media marketing. So the more people
mm,
want to scroll TikTok or scroll Instagram or whatever, the more people you are also going to get the option of showing an ad too. So I
mm,
don't think it necessarily means that organic content is always going to or is eventually going to take over paid advertising at all. But I think that organic content will grow even further in how valuable it is to
mm,
businesses and to individuals who are looking to make money off it.
mm,
And in turn, when people get better and better at utilizing the algorithm, utilizing these different platforms, I think
mm.
um,
Valid,
yeah, I think
valid,
it's going to change a lot.
valid, bro. Because it's like the thing is and it's quite interesting for me. So it's like me, the way I see it is that also, I guess maybe I have a little bit of an unpopular opinion about this, because again, it comes down to the whole trend of, or the whole ideology of when the market zig, you zag.
Yeah,
We're getting to a point where a lot of content creators are just coming in and all of that. So it's slowly getting saturated. Of course, the amount of people that are not being content creators are in no way comparison to the people that are trying to be content creators, because a
yeah,
lot of people just prefer to like be laid back in their own space and everything.
yeah. You're talking
But
about businesses right now,
yeah,
right?
even
Yeah,
businesses and stuff like that too, because I mean look like, and organic marketing is like amazing at what it does, completely 1,000%, only when it's done right. Because now here's a case where people like go with the whole boring aspect of organic marketing and everything, and many people have been doing that, where it's like yeah, this is who we are, this is what we do, so if you want to check us out, come through. And then I have conversations with them, they're like, yeah man, I'm posting every single time, I'm not getting any leads, I'm not getting any traction, I'm doing these things, I'm wondering what's going on. And I'm like, in my mind, I mean, I can't say this out loud, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, because the type of content you're posting is shit. Like,
yeah,
people are not, like, that's the thing.
yeah,
People are not caring about that. Like, you need to be like, jovial. You need to be happy. You need to show them that you're a human. That's
Yep.
the whole thing. So one of the most successful like organic marketing campaigns is a Nissan franchise, and I believe in Texas or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
where these guys would literally find like their openers on TikTok where like the most craziest of situations happening. A lady falling over, a lady in the pool holding up her belly like this with her thighs, and then she just splashes the pool in the water that comes in. And when it comes in, then they pour water on the guy himself in the Nissan
Okay.
store, and he's like, "Oh, get this Nissan today. It's this, really quick, 15, 20, and it's funny stuff, and that's how it keeps going on. Right now, what I'm predicting here is that organic marketing is definitely going to become more powerful, but it's actually the way it started going, especially with Gen Z coming in and how creative and funny they're being in their marketing pieces. It's going to be more challenging to actually compete within the organic space, just because you have to leverage more more relations and more relatability in
Yep.
your clients or in your audience to really make sure you make a dent within it, especially in the case where many people are catching on to that, right? So
Yep.
that's my thing with there. And paid marketing is honestly kind of like paying for electricity or paying for utilities. Let's think about it, Liam. You've never had like, let's say maybe the utilities or the bills that, well, you haven't paid any yet because you're still young,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
bills that were being paid like 10 years ago in
Yeah.
utilities, it's not the same as today. That's why solar is such like a huge selling point, right?
Mm.
Because it's like the 10 years ago, some people remember like, bills being $50 a month and like your utilities and everything. But right now, you hardly get places where it's less than $100 a month, right? So it's the same situation. It's just going to keep rising. Paid marketing is also going to keep rising the entire time, just like the stock market is going to keep rising. So paid marketing is going to get more and more and more expensive, which
Yep.
is why I love working with you, because leveraging organic content and stuff like you with what you do definitely does help lessen the dollars on paid marketing. But
Mm.
those are my thoughts on predictions on organic marketing. That is going to be very tough very soon coming in. And you have to be more outrageous to actually create an impression. And paid marketing is just going to get more and more expensive. So you need to find ways, data driven ways in which we like to do to make sure you actually get to your target demographic while it makes sense for you. I don't know what you think about that. If I'm yapping or if I'm speaking horseshoe,
You're yapping a little bit, but no, I'm kidding. No, but you're completely right, bro. Like you're right about everything you said. Like the more people get into organic marketing, the harder it's going to be to kind of position yourself differently. And I'd say it's the same thing with marketing. Like hearing people speak about, or with paid marketing, sorry, hearing people speak about paid marketing in the past, where you could like run Facebook ads for a very low ad spend and get incredible results, is very different from now, when everybody wants to run Facebook ads, and it's obviously harder in that way, and the demand is also bigger, so prices naturally increase, and everything changes that way and gets harder. So I'd say everything is getting harder the more people learn about it, but the more people learn about it, I'd say also the more proven different systems and different strategies are. Like I'd say it's a lot easier to find out what actually works now, because so many people have already built a roadmap around like, okay, this is working right now. We can utilize this in different ways to achieve similar results. So I think it's not just a negative thing that the markets are kind of getting saturated, and I don't even believe in saturation really, but yeah.
Hey, okay, now that's a very interesting thing with that saturation part. Yeah, that's a different topic for a different day with that saturation part.
No, but
But
we
fair
can talk
point.
about it, bro.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about it later, because that I'll be like, what? Because that's gonna make me pick your brain way too much, and that would definitely make me yap for sure. But as you can see, I'm just very passionate about the pay marketing side,
Yeah.
and all. But you're more passionate about the organic marketing. But that's why we work together. That's why it makes sense for us, right?
Yeah.
Now, I guess what I want to steer the conversation towards now is controversial statements. That is what controversial statements and questions, right? I'm just gonna ask you these quick rapid fire, and then you just tell me like your thoughts and all of that.
Okay.
Is organic marketing just a waste of time if you have the budget for paid ads?
No.
Interesting. Tell me
I mean,
more,
obviously
sucker.
not.
Tell me more.
Okay, so I mean they're completely different things, and again I've said this like 5 times, but
Mm,
I don't like dislike paid advertising, and I'm not like
mm,
pulling. I'm not putting paid advertising down. If you know what I'm
mm.
saying. Like I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's bad in any way, or that it's not better to utilize paid advertising than organic advertising in certain situations, but
Mm,
I'd say it completely depends on your business and who you are and what market you are in. Like it's too broad
mm.
of a question. So just saying no, you should absolutely focus on paid ads is completely wrong, because I think you can get way better results in certain markets and at certain times using different strategies if you're using organic content.
Okay. So pretty much, if let's say, let me give you a scenario. If let's say I had $50,000 to
Okay.
spend monthly
Yeah.
in ad spend, right? I'm a new company on the block, or I'm a fairly average company on the block and everything. I have maybe one or two organic pieces of content out there, but I
Okay.
don't want to do too much and everything. In that case, I have the budget, right?
Yeah.
Should I want to run paid ads and just get people to fill up that sales pipeline immediately,
Yeah.
right? So that I can hit my end of year goals, right?
Yes.
Should I still do, so what you're saying is I should still do organic marketing and organic content and everything
Yes.
in addition to that?
Yes. But that's also another thing. In addition to that, you should absolutely not just remove paid marketing from the equation just because you're doing organic. But it would be absolutely stupid of you to not utilize organic content, especially if you have that budget, bro.
Mm,
Because if you have the budget, you have the time, because budget equals people being able to work for the money, and you can have people recording as your company or being the face of your company, saying
mm,
whatever you want to say for you. And on the side of running paid advertising, put out hundreds of pieces of content. So I'd say you should absolutely not disqualify paid marketing. And if anything, I think if you are a new company looking to establish yourself, you should focus more on paid advertising. But
mm,
absolutely do not put down organic content because of that.
mm. I feel like you're calling me out. We're gonna have a discussion about that later.
What? How did I call you out, bro?
Because I'm just on that paid mark. But I like that. Okay, this is a valid point, though. It's valid. It's a very, very valid point. It's an interesting perspective I would have actually never considered, to be honest. Because the thing that we've also seen is that like every single time we're running the paid ads, the more we run paid ads, the more people are asking, "Who are you?" Because not everybody knows who you are
Yeah.
normally in business, especially with the people you're trying to reach out to. The more people want to go and find out about you, so they'll go and Google for you or whatever. And if they do not find anything or much about you, they immediately dismiss you as scam. And for example, it's like in this situation where in lots of things there's lots of barriers of trust that needs to be broken down. In marketing, we have lots of barriers of trust where because of unfortunately because a lot of people have not been treated right by a lot of marketers, they just assume that all us marketers are just the rut of the rut.
Yeah.
And it's a similar situation in home improvement as well too. Some roofers have given homeowners bad experiences, or solar people, or windows and doors. It keeps on going on and on and on. Painters, all of that. So it's just organic content definitely does do a whole lot better
Yeah.
when you have that, right? Okay, so second question for you is, can small businesses survive without paid marketing in today's competitive landscape? There's
One
only one right answer
million
to this.
percent yes. Absolutely yes. 100% yes.
Wait, so you're telling me small businesses can survive without paid marketing in today's
Yes.
competitive landscape? How?
Yes.
How?
Okay, so small businesses. Okay, what's the definition of a small business in
Yeah,
this
like
case? Are we
just
talking
a
about
small
like a
business.
brick and
Let's
mortar?
say, yeah, like let's say brick and mortar, or let's say a small business let's say a roofing contractor with one to three crews and stuff made up of 3 to 4 people.
Yeah,
Just a small business making about I don't know, maybe 100K to 250K a year type of thing. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so first of all, if you're a small business in a local area, let's say, wait, what was your example? It wasn't a restaurant, was it? It was
No, I was a roofing contractor.
roof. Okay,
Yeah.
already, if you're a small company, unless you're located in some huge city, you are probably not facing massive, competition, especially not like close to you. Maybe if you started that business in like New York or something, that would be kind of stupid, I guess. In this case, at least, I don't know. I'm not super good at like roofing contracting and stuff, but if you could crack the organic side of marketing and putting yourself out there, you wouldn't have to spend as much as you would have had to spend if you were just doing paid marketing, and people are going to appreciate you a lot more as a business as well. So I think if you can crack the organic side of marketing as a small business, it's going to be more valuable than just doing paid advertising as a start. But then it's the thing as well, like, can you crack it in time, or are you just going to waste your money? Like, what type of help do you have? Do you have your nephew who has created some TikTok edits making videos for you? Or do you have like a genuine established agency creating a plan for you with a guarantee that if you don't get this amount of inbound meetings, for example, within a certain time frame, you don't pay, as an example? So it's all about who you work with and what type of expertise you are, or what type of expertise you have. Because I think, bro, a lot of people say content is completely random. I know I said that content is a bit random, but I would not ever say that it's completely random. It's science behind it, bro.
Yeah.
It's having what type of hook you have. That's one of the absolute most important things. And everybody, when they hear that the first time, they're like, yeah, of course. Like, but nobody actually like thinks about it. Nobody actually utilizes a good hook in their content, and then they wonder why they get 500 views or 250 views or 2 views. And it's because your content is shit, bro. Nobody wants to watch it. If I'm not wrong, on TikTok, and I think it's the same on Instagram as well, the first 90% of people who watch your content as a start are your followers. So if you have a few people following you and you put out a piece of content, and these people already kind of know who you are, and they see a piece of content from you and the hook is absolutely terrible, and you're talking about some boring ass shit with no music and no captions, and it's just a still picture of you saying, yeah, so we made this roof from normal roof material, and just talking some shit that everybody's going to scroll. And what that's going to do to you is the average view duration for that video is going to be shit. It's going to be like, what, 5% something. People don't watch through the video at all, and that's going to tell the algorithm on these different sites that, okay, this video is terrible at keeping people on the platform, because that's the main objective. Every single social media wants you to basically put out content to keep people on the platform for as long as possible, and they reward the people who are best at doing that. So if you can keep someone on the platform for 2 minutes and watch through your entire video to 100%, that the algorithm is going to love you. But if you put out a video, a 30-second video that gets an average view duration of 5 seconds, then the algorithm is going to be like, bro, who are you? Get off my platform. You just make people want to leave the platform. Why are you here? Like, they're going to hate you, bro. So that's the thing. Like, you need to look at the science of it and actually follow the rules that you already know you should follow. But most people are too arrogant to follow. So having a good hook, cutting away all of the lulls, as an example. You don't want to have in your short form videos. You want to cut everything, be straight to the point, engaging editing, zoom in, zoom out, captions. You want to have content that people actually care about. You want to have an insanely strong hook. You don't want the video to be too long. And if you can follow all of those different rules to content creation, you are absolutely going to make it.
1,000%, bro. And you know what? Look, in the spirit of the hooks too, let's use this hook. I'm just gonna create a hook right here. Organic content is like having a noose on a donkey's neck and dragging him to the water to try and drink from it. Whereas paid marketing or paid content is just having a cane and lashing that donkey with it to go to the water. That's my hook right there. Let's throw it out there.
I'd say it was a bit long, to be honest. I think if someone's scrolling and they see like organic content is like having I think people would scroll up.
You know what? You're right. But I'm gonna try it out though. Because this is the YouTube video or whatever. We can at least put that in there. Let's see what happens. Oh, by the way, guys, this is what happens with Liam and I as well too. I'm like, I want to do this. He's like, bro, that's too long. I'm like, well, I want to do this. He's like, oh, that's too long. I'm like, so it's like he keeps on going back and forth. But hey, you know what? F it. I'm gonna stick to this one. Let's see how it goes. You never know.
Okay, bro. It's an experiment at this point, bro. We need to.
Yeah, it's an experiment. It's always a test. Okay, so I guess the last thing that I want to ask, or at least like gear towards, is still like this situation here as well too, right? We've had comments, and I'm reading it right here too. We've had comments where someone has said, like, organic marketing is dead in 2024. If you're not paying, you're not playing. And we've also had like another comment where it's like paid marketing is ruining the authenticity of brands, and all of that. I mean, I guess in my opinion,
Well,
um,
you are wrong, Kobe. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
no,
Continue, bro. I'm sorry.
no, you're right. You're right though. Like in my opinion, personally, I don't know about you. I guess I know about you right now, but I don't agree with these. I don't think organic marketing is dead at all.
Mm,
I do think that if you're not paying, you're not playing though. That I do think, but I don't think organic marketing is dead. Um, and I don't think paid marketing is ruining the authenticity of brands, because there's all these many people that keep thinking paid marketing is trash. I'm like, bro, why would I waste my time to like try and like just like try and talk to people every day, maybe like door to door. I'm not saying door to door is bad. Door to door is actually really great, but
yeah.
only door to door, or like going to networking meetings, or like just posting on my social media content, like so my social media platforms. And by the way, do not get me started about, yeah, my nephew does this, so he's gonna help me with the organic content, this, that. Like this person has literally no idea what the science behind it. And then when you're
Yeah.
done, you say, oh, I tested it and it doesn't work. Like,
Mm,
come on, please. If you want to get results, you need professional help to actually get a result. Like if
yeah.
I'm really, well, I guess this may be a bad example, but if I'm really sick and everything, and I've tried like everything to help myself, going to the pharmacy to get painkillers or whatever, and that's not working, I just go to the freaking hospital because I need to know what's wrong with me. But a lot of people just stay there. They're like, oh, I know what's wrong with me. Self-diagnose after that. Oh, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work that way. But anyways, I digress because that would take me on a whole tangent. The amount of times I've had that conversation with people, I'm like, dude, it's your nephew. What?
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's like my thing is that you need paid marketing in order to like just push yourself to more people and get in front of more people. That's the thing. Paid marketing just like goes beyond the barriers of your community that you've built so far, because otherwise you're just going to be relying on referrals. You're going to be relying on what's it called, people that already know you to try and get more business or whatever. You're going to be relying on the algorithm and stuff like that, and there's always somebody that's just at least 1% better than you every single
Yeah.
time. So I mean,
Okay.
that's, if you're not paying, you're
Yeah.
not playing. That's
I
my
have
thing.
three things to say. First of all, I still don't understand why you say algorithm instead of algorithm. Um, that's genuinely been a question to me for like
Yeah,
months
it's,
now.
it's 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 the Ghana in me, bro. It's the Ghana in me. What
Okay.
can I say?
All right. But yeah, I think the person who said organic marketing is dead in, what was it, 2022, 2024?
Yeah, he said organic marketing is dead in 2024. If you're not paying,
I
you're
think
not
it's
playing.
never ever been more alive than it is right now.
Mm,
I think
mm,
organic content and organic marketing is growing more than anything else. I
mm,
think attention, especially on social media platforms with organic content, is the new currency. And I think being able to utilize attention organically on these platforms is like one of the most valuable things you can potentially, ever do for your business if you
mm,
eventually crack the code, because like it's unlimited business for a very small fee. It's an
mm,
incredible return on investment. And I do think that paid advertising is hurting the authenticity of certain businesses, but it's all about positioning.
mm,
It's all about how you position yourself. For example, the Stan video. I've seen the Stan the Immigration Man advertisement, right?
mm,
And that was lovely. Like that would do the complete opposite. That would play the role of organic content in this case, where it's just
mm,
insanely genuine. The edits are shit, but shit in a good way, where it's it's charismatic how the
mm,
video is edited, because it's so like homemade, but it like you feel warm watching the video because you feel like you're
mm,
talking to a friend. You're not talking to some stuck up little
mm,
businessman.
mm,
Even though he had a suit in the video, but like he was insanely charismatic the way he spoke in the video, and you could relate to the dude so much. You really wanted to speak to him because he seemed like a nice guy.
mm,
But if you are positioning yourself as just a salesy company, with annoying ass ads, and it's so obvious you're just looking for people's money, then I absolutely think that paid marketing can hurt the authenticity of businesses. So I do think he has a point.
That is actually a very intriguing point, and it's actually one thing that admittedly, something that we've also faced with our company, where there's some people when they just shoot the ad and everything, they bring it to us, we edit it. I look at them like, dang, like you're not sounding genuine at all. Like you sound like you sound like you're reading from a script. I'm like,
Bro,
this is not gonna rock, and then I just like slash it. Never mind. We just go a different way. So you are right. It can definitely ruin the authenticity. So I guess it does take a type of character, charismatic individual to like make that happen, right?
Yeah.
But bro, like this has been fire, man. Honestly, like this has been such a fire podcast right here.
Are we done already, bro?
You said we're still not what?
Are we done already, bro?
Oh, we done, bro. We've been going in. It's like 15 minutes right now. We've been going
Bro.
in. It's crazy. But I will say this though. I will say this. What I want to do is, if anybody has been watching so far, I personally want to give to you a strategy that we created. This is a strategy that Liam and I created, which we've been using for our clients, and it's been working so far so well. We're also even using it ourselves, in which we're also actively like trying to like get through towards. Now, this is like a sort of plan. I'll just give it to you in a nutshell. If you're a new company, or if you're a fresh company, or if you're like, a company that's trying to like get yourself out there, or if you're just an individual just trying to get your brand out there and everything, and you have the budget for the advertising, what we've designed and what we put together is that normally you want to start 70-30, because at the end of the day, look, I agree with Liam. Organic marketing, once it's cracked, is king. Nothing else can compete to it. It's king. But remember that not every single person knows who you are. That's the thing. Not every single person knows who you are. Technology is ever changing and all of that. It's like the more you need to grow with the times of the market. So normally I advise that you start 70-30. 70% paid marketing if you have the budget for it, 30% organic, right? And then the goal is that over the course of like, it could be like 5 years, it could be 2 years or whatever. It depends on how aggressive you're being with your marketing and the plans you have in place. You want to gradually shift that to 60-40, whereas like 60% organic marketing and then 40% paid. So that the organic can still be championing and really going out there, but the 40%, it's still like having its legs go on and on and on to still find new people in different places, or even maybe go to your target people that they know with a very genuine good offer for them to like, buy your services again, or like, maybe even share your videos, yada, yada, and all of that. So that is a strategy that we created for our company, and it's been working really well. Liam, I hope you're not mad that I give that out, because I thought it would be something, at least a little bit of a jump for people.
I am a little bit mad you gave that out, to be honest. But I'm going to feel better when I beat you in sparring when we eventually meet up. So it's all good.
Okay. All right, brother.
Another thing, by the way, I know you're about to talk like you're about to beat my ass, which is objectively false. But anyways, I'd say you could also focus entirely on organic content and just run ads when you have, for example, a new offer or those type of things, because when you eventually, like I said, crack organic content and it starts bringing you meetings and you start to grow on social media, I don't really see a point to continue continuously just A and B testing ads unless you're selling something new or something specific, because ads do die down, obviously. So I think just focusing on ads on the side of organic content when your organic content is doing well, I think in some cases can be a waste of time, that as well, and a waste of money, because organic content can serve you very well as well. So in some cases, I think just scaling up the organic content can be even a better idea.
Yeah, no, a valid point too. A valid point, honestly, and that's the thing, right? The thing is that if you're able to like actually really leverage and use and dial in the organic content, what we can do is you can actually, whatever organic content like really hit the most within your target demographic and all of that, you can actually repurpose that as a paid ad and actually run that, because it means that like if it hit a core, a core feeling or emotion and got conversations from your community, then that means that I could potentially also do the same to like strangers or people that don't know you as well. So I definitely get it. Again, though, I lean towards the paid marketing because, man, I'd rather just, I'll put in the dollars in so you can give me more of this,
Yeah.
so I can reach people not only within my local community and stuff, but also worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? I came from drop shipping, so this is what I love to do.
Me
Right?
too, bro.
Sure.
So that's interesting. But hey, by the way, I know you want to end this meeting now, but I have a question for you that I think would be interesting to
Shoot.
ask on this little meeting or
Okay.
whatever we'd call it, this conference. So
Okay.
it would be interesting for both of us to explain how we got
Hmm.
into our roles, basically. What got you into to paid advertising, and what got me into organic? Because I've been in paid advertising as well. I used to have a marketing agency, so I know kind of, I know the terms and I know what it feels like. But what caused you to get into paid advertising and then stay in it?
Good question. Honestly, so I guess in terms of paid advertising with the business that I'm doing now, what caused me to get into it was I come from a data driven background with, like, my computer science masters, and then, like, me being a data analyst and everything as well.
Mm.
So I like that in corporate America, but it wasn't necessarily always my, like, genuine love. Like, I love tech, I love all of that, I love data and everything, but just corporate America, there's just something about it. And also, in addition to that as well too, I've always loved marketing. I've always been good at marketing, offline marketing, botchering and everything. Like, it's just been,
Bartering?
yeah, botchering. So it's like, botchering is like when you, instead of, like, going to pay a set price at, like, a market stand or whatever, you are bartering to get the price lower and stuff, and bringing in all these things in negotiations and all of that.
Oh,
It's all like, marketing and, like, sales. I came to love sales even more
mm,
too after I learned about it and everything. So what I realized and I loved is that back home in Ghana, when my business partner and we were able to, like, actually leverage digital marketing to bring in clients for hotels. Now he's doing something for, like, a hospital and everything as well too, which is working absolutely phenomenally.
mm,
And now we transitioned that as well too, and translated it and got it here. Where Stan, after we did that for Stan, and we got those crazy results, I was like, oh, bada bing, bada boom, baby. It's like,
mm,
it's very, I guess, in a nutshell, honestly, through marketing, through freelancing the entire time that I was doing, like, the marketing with my business partner, and now also by myself and everything, and also just seeing the change it brings to people's lives.
mm,
That's my biggest thing. Is like, when the moments that I bring in leads and bring in results to somebody, where they start to dream and they start to talk to me about those dreams, that's, like, the best and most rewarding thing when it comes to paid advertising or paid marketing, or even what I do, honestly.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think I may have gone off topic in answering the question,
No, but it was good,
but
bro. It was
I
good.
guess I was just speaking more to the impact and stuff for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I love. I love helping people realize their dreams and wanting to dream more and achieve more
Yeah.
with it. So, and that's what paid advertising has been able to bring to me, where I'm
Mm,
leveraging my background and education as well. But how
yeah.
about you though?
So I like to flex this sometimes because it brings a lot of credibility to me. But I've been editing since I was 10 years old. That's when I initially picked up editing. I think I got
Like,
actually, I can show this right now. This is very unprofessional for me to just show my camera like this, but I need to show it. Wait.
oh
So,
gosh, okay.
so yeah, I picked up editing when I was 10 years old because me and my friends used to watch videos of people just running around doing like POV videos of like Nerf shootouts where they edited in a bunch of blood splatter and shit, and we thought it was insanely cool. So
Hmm.
I wanted to pick it up. I've always been a creative. I've always loved creating music and drawing and creating stuff. I've never liked consuming as much as I've loved creating. I've always been a creator in every single way.
Hmm.
So when I realized I could make videos like that and like movies like that, I realized that it's something that I absolutely want to pursue because I
Hmm.
could produce content, which would be fun to watch, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, always having the end goal in mind as well. But yeah, so that's how I initially got into content in itself. And then after after a very long while of just, I guess, creating content on my own and just editing for myself and other people as well, I eventually got into SMMA after initially wanted to get into dropshipping. So I watched an Iman Ghazi video, top 5 side hustles, all of that, because I wanted to make more money. And initially got into dropshipping and realized, no, I want to do SMMA instead. Got into e-commerce, Facebook ads, did absolutely not work at all. After that, I got into hairdressing brands, and I had an interview with a hairdresser, and I just switched niches a lot, basically. But then eventually I ended up with Snapchat ads for e-commerce again, because I realized I just want to do basically ads for e-com. And then a mutual friend to us, Kofi, you are going to know him, and I think some people watching this video are also going to know who that is. David the G Wayner, the owner of the letter W. He called me up randomly and just said, "Hey Liam, how are things going? I just got my first client, by the way, in my marketing agency." And I was like, "Yo, things are going good, bro. I just got my first client." Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, "Yeah, I think you should start a content agency." And I was like, "No, I've just signed my first client. I've been doing this for like a year now. This is something I've always wanted to do." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, my only answer was, "Yo, because it's fun to run ads or whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, well, sometimes it's not about what's the most fun, but it's about what generates the most amount of value and most revenue as well." And I was like, "Shit, you're right." And at this point, he was already insanely successful, coming in from basically scratch and completely surpassing everyone in the game. Like, he was a household name at this point. So I realized that I was being very arrogant, talking to him, being like, "No, I'm not going to do what you're saying." So I just completely put my feelings aside, and I was like, "Okay, I'll start a content agency." After that, he paired us together, like the G he was, because you needed an editor as a start, and he just put us in a group, basically, and that's kind of how everything started. So it started by David Weiner basically introducing me to the field, because I had done some editing for him and some other agency guys in the past as well, and yeah, that's basically how it started, I guess. How my content agency thing started.
David the G. Yep, he owns the dub. That's for sure. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to David, because he was also my mentor and stuff for some time, which I learned a lot from him too. And until this day, to be honest, I also still learn a lot from him. He's somebody I always be grateful to, not only for Liam, but then also for other things and facets of life as well too. So and it's quite interesting, isn't it, Liam? It's like both of us started out, because also, I mean, of course, the goal is to make money at the end of the day, right? But it started out with like wanting to try and like make money, and then it transitions into, yo, I actually want to give so much value to people, like, because till this day, I get freaking excited by the videos that I get from you. Till this day, I'm always excited about it, because I'm like, because every single time, because it's like, I'm charismatic and doing this and doing that and everything. We put something together, and then now you bring it out. Guys, Liam is amazing. Look, this is all I'm gonna say. I'm shamelessly plugging him, because this is just the honest truth. Shout out to Liam Larsson, right there, CEO of Swedish Crown. If you want good content, if you want content strategy, if you want something that's actually going to really hit the tones, emotional tones and stuff of your demographic, he's the guy to talk to. I'm not gonna lie. Like, since I started working with him, he's made it impossible for me to work with anyone else, because of the level of delivery that he brings. So I'm like, I just can't talk to any other video editors, because a lot of them are just not great, as Liam is, And now he has his content agency as well too, and that's also flourishing. But I digress. Before I start yapping and everything, guys,
bro, you're hyping me up too much, man. And I'm trying to find this video at the same time. I look so arrogant looking at my phone as you're hyping me up, bro. But I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to find
right, guys. He's so rude. That's how he is. But I mean, shoot, it's all good. I don't think you're gonna get a chance to find this video and everything. But I'm gonna end it here now, though. This has been fire. I know you have some clients you need to get to. I also have clients I need to get to as well. Well, partners, because I like to call them partners to the clients. This has been monumental, my G. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Big shout out to Liam Larsson right there. His socials are below and everything. If you want to get in contact with him, Liam, is that like the best way to get in contact with you, through your socials? and
Yeah.
stuff, or you want us to put like email or whatever? We just do whatever and put it there.
Just
Okay.
DM socials works best.
Okay, awesome. DM socials it is. It's been a pleasure, guys. All y'all have a good one, okay?